So you're a psychology graduate.
I did study psychology, right?
How did this happen?
Well, the psychological knowledge is very useful, to be honest, because you have a contact with the people. In typical guiding service, nobody really cares how about people, customer satisfaction, for example, what people are actually interested in, etc. So very out of fashion. So actually things like, I know, asking people what they like, feedbacks, etc., which is something obvious for me as a psychologist, but actually in many industries was totally not, because things were done as they were done for years, and that's it, actually, right? Oh, it's very useful, actually. I have to say that was very excited. I could implement it. My psychological top-notch knowledge from the one of the best institute at the most prestigious Polish university to the pretty much out of dated industry, which was tourism, which still actually at many places, I would say, in many cases, is pretty out of dated.
Until now.
Yeah.
You see the gap in the industry that is.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And you think that psychology actually assisted you in understanding more and being able to deliver well to people.
Maybe I should more explain what I did at psychology, because there are many uh, uh, many biases and actually many myths about it. So it was much more into industrial psychology. So basically, this psychology which is applied in the business, basically, right? So I did a lot of courses in that from that field. So to improving the process, to basically check what people think about, etc. That was something which psychologists usually do in that field, actually. So that was what I was studying at. So that was what I use as a knowledge to my course, actually.
In your tours.
Yeah.
You have been doing this for 17 years?
Actually, 17 plus. 2007. I started 2007 July. So it's actually 24 December. So it was it's 17 plus 5 months.
Oh, how did you start? As a freelancer? I know now you're the founder of Good Events with Paweł.
Nobody want to employ me, actually, because in Krakow the connections are very, very important, actually, whatever I want to do. So hmm, I passed the exams. I mean the tour guide exams. I had a license to guide, and I was giving away my CV to like 20, 30 different travel agencies, and they basically told, most of them didn't answer at all. Those of them who were, because I was doing it manually, I was going to those travel agencies. Very out of dated today, actually, idea, but that was 27
Manually?
manually, which means I have printed that, and I was going to
We go directly to the.
exactly. So basically, some of them tell me, "Oh, you know what? You speak only Polish and English. Oh, we don't need that, actually. If you're gonna speak Czech or at least Japanese, maybe we're gonna find something for you." So, they kind of get me a feeling that there's no need for this thing, actually, that I'm undereducated because I don't speak Japanese. So that was a feeling what I got from the proper tourist industry at that time. So I started basically as a free walking tour. So basically, people were paying whatever they feel like. So this is how I started in 2007, basically, because nobody wanted to employ me. So but I want to guide anyway. So to be honest, if they would employ me, then I probably would never start the free working tour, because that was also a lot of work as well. But yeah, but this is how I started. So the story began 2007.
If your story was successful in being employed by them, you probably wouldn't be the Paweł who is sitting with me now with all the connections and the community and.
Probably, yeah. I would want to work out differently as well. That's interesting, actually. This big question is what define your choices and your life, actually. But yeah, I was young. I was full of knowledge. I want to share, etc. So there's nothing to lose. Initially, that was tough because a lot of they were sending police over me and the other tour guides, sending controls, etc. They hope that I do it illegal. They hope I don't have a company, etc. I did everything legal, so yeah.
Oh.
After a few weeks, they stopped doing that, actually. But at some group of people, they were saying that free working tours are ruining the markets. Now it's totally different. Now there are like several different free working tours. But actually, back then, 17 years ago, there was only one, and they were saying that this is a apocalypse of tourism, because now everybody will gonna guide and the level of service will be very low.
The walking tours versus the traditional tour guide industry that we know for ages. Which one do you think is better, actually?
Depends, I've been in many tours in different countries as well, so um, I also know what questions to ask the tour guide to get, even from the medium tour guide, get something interesting, actually, because especially when the tour guide is local. I mean, I don't mind foreigners guiding, actually, but um, we have a local tour guide who is born and raised, maybe not in the city, but in the country at least. You get to this kind of, you can break the bubble of being foreigner. Actually, you can get to something very, very local, local things. Actually, right? So you just matter of asking the right questions. Actually, what kind to get the more local experience. So I prefer when I book the tour somewhere abroad, that the tour guide will be local. But on the other hand, very rarely you have a chance to choose that. Actually, usually the market is dominated by the now is actually by the big booking services. So people think that they are customers of like big booking services, but the truly is the booking services just outsource it actually. So to be honest, at the end of the day, I have no idea who will gonna guide you. So it's just a matter of luck. What I do is that, which mean I half of my tours actually I do as a freelancer. That's very very rare, rather, to be honest.
Half of the tours.
Yeah.
I see that there are many, many, many aspects of Poland that needs to be shown. So for 17 years, how many kinds of tours do you do?
When I started free working tours, that was obvious way. This is the way how we actually employ people. They have to guide us actually, right? And to be honest, many of them were terrible tour guides actually. Some of our competition started with people who we didn't employ because they were bad. They were so bad actually. So you see how unusual it was that actually some of my friends were actually stopped being my friends because I didn't hire them. So that was tough. But actually, well, come on, actually, we can be friends. We can go for a beer. But actually, if you want to be employed, you have to be a good tour guide. I'm sorry.
Sensitivity.
Yeah, I mean, you can be a bad tour guide. I can still like you, actually, but I will not hire you. Right? So that's just two different things. But some people didn't take it easily. So that's one thing. Another thing is, in general, the free working tools were not present in Poland actually before I started that, and also temporary exhibitions. Usually there are museum tour guides who guide at the temporary exhibitions, and it's usually all dependable on the educational department of the museum, actually, right? So they basically train some of the tour guides, and then you hire them through them. I have some situations I'm trying to basically hire a tour guide from the museum for the exhibition, and museum doesn't answer for 2 weeks because they're busy, etc. So usually this is how it looks like. So this is what I started 2 3 years ago. I started guide at the temporary exhibition, which is, to be honest, something which well, I was reluctant to, because you have some topic. Okay, you prepared for that, but that is gonna disappear, right? Because the exhibition will not finish. It will terminate. So we should talk about from 2 months up to maximum 6 months, actually, right? But on the other hand, there are some pros, there are some advantages. It has this kind of certain vibe that this is this kind of once in a lifetime experience. Very rare chance that this kind of exhibition will ever happen again. Actually, in this, not only I'm talking about the museum. In the museum, it will never happen. In the city, very rarely happen. In this country, sometimes it will probably never happen, or not in the next 50 years. Actually, right? So you have this kind of offer that it's from the selling perspective.
The scarcity.
Yeah, because it's actually limited, right? It's only within this time frame, right? And you're growing with the interest of it more, and people being there and share with their friends. And then all of a sudden the exhibition is going to finish. So all of a sudden everybody want to go there in at the end of the exhibition, and there are huge lines. Actually, my longest time waiting was 4 hours waiting to get to the exhibition, because there's so big lines in front. Actually, right? But some of my fans, I have like 17,000 fans, so they like this. They like this kind of excitement. That's something very special to go to the exhibition at the very last day. To Okay, it's a little bit overcrowded, but I usually have the audio system back then. So this is like special vibe, you know. It's like going, to shopping mall for sales or some premiere of iPhone, etc. So that's something really, really,
The thrill.
yeah.
Yeah.
I do the tours that I liked, and I make my fans interested in it. So I choose the topic. Okay, I sometimes ask them what they would prefer, what they okay. Sometimes I put a question which is open also, but usually, well, I at the end of the day I decide. I decide to guide there or guide here. It's also for me, those people are like a kind of member of a family. You know, when there's a new exhibition, a new temporary exhibition, they're coming. I usually haven't seen them for like a half a year or 8 months, something like this, and they're like, you see your family after a while. It's really really cool, actually. I really love this kind of vibe. It doesn't matter where it is, actually. It could be in Warsaw, Little Poland.
They go with you. They trust that it's gonna be a cool experience.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes they don't know anything about the topic. This is the most fascinating. They don't know anything about the topic. They assume, okay, if I'm going there, they have to be something into it.